Hi, I'm Rhonda. I'm a licensed professional counselor and a life coach. And I want to talk today about codependency and how it causes issues with self-esteem. Self-esteem is a combination of what you believe about yourself and what you think and feel about yourself. It also is made up of self-worth and self-confidence. And these two together, if they're healthy, you have a healthy self-esteem. But if you have a low sense of worth or a lack of confidence, you will have a low self-esteem. Codependents struggle a lot with a low self-esteem because they get their sense of worth from other people. Then if they leave or if people get mad at them or other things, it affects their self-esteem because it affects their worth. So many times their worth is put in their achievements, what I can achieve so I can get approval from others, or materialistic things, also from their looks, or a lot of different areas. If everything looks good, then I'm okay. And these are all things that are outside of ourselves. It's like trying to fill that hole inside with outside things to change the way I feel about myself. So the very detriment of this is that anything that's outside of ourselves that we base our worth in or our confidence in can be taken in an instant. Life can change in an instant. And so it promotes a lot of fear. Codependents are full of fear. Low self-esteem people are full of fear. Afraid you won't like me. Afraid you will like me. Afraid you'll leave me. They're afraid of conflict. Afraid of making a mistake. Rooted in perfectionism, and it takes its toll on a person's self-worth. The self-confidence is that it seems that so many things we don't do right because we try to please other people, and that's something that it's hard to do. Like it's my responsibility to make other people happy, and it is not my responsibility to make other people happy. It's my responsibility to make me happy, because you see, I have recovered from codependency. I've been in personal development for 28 years. I was codependent, and I had a very low self-esteem, and I based my worth on what I could achieve or what I had, or if he loves me, then I was worth something. Today, I know that my worth comes from being a human being and a child of God. I have a lot of worth just because I'm Rhonda. And I built some of that through learning how to love myself, self-care, how to take care of myself, how to set boundaries. Whenever you put other people's wants and needs before your own, then what suffers is your respect for yourself. And that respect, the very thing, that we want as codependents is other people's respect. And the things that we do are the very thing that keeps us from getting that respect, because we don't respect ourselves. And there is one price too high to pay for peace, and that's with my self-respect. So, I have to do some self-reflection. I have to think about, what are my strengths? What are my achievements and my unique qualities, that only I have, that only I can give to the world? So many times as codependents, we are attracted to takers, and they take and we give. Takers are attracted to givers. I had all these friends, and they always needed me, and I would run and go and do for them, but then when I needed something, no one was there for me. And I thought it was because there was something wrong with me. And the thing that was wrong with me is that I had no boundaries. I had no self-respect. I didn't love myself. So I had to learn how to build confidence And the way to build confidence is to set small goals and to obtain them. And then celebrate the wins. When, I can do 13 things right, one thing wrong, and what am I going to focus on is the one thing wrong that I did, not the 13 things I did right. And I have to learn to train myself to focus on what I did right. There was a lot of negative self-talk. Negative self-talk permeates the codependent, and it destroys self-esteem. That, I was never good enough, pretty enough, skinny enough, just in whatever it was. And that self-talk is, oh my God, I made a mistake, and I would beat myself up. And I would, if I had just done something different, or if I had it was just this continual put downs. Learning to take care of yourself is not easy if you're other focused, and codependents are focused on other people. I had not a clue what I wanted or what I needed or what I liked or I disliked. It was according to them. So I had to put it in a perspective of, if this was my child and he was feeling like this, what would I do for him? And then I could do that for me. And I learned how to gradually meet my own needs emotionally, and to put those before the other person. I like the analogy that the flight attendant uses. Is with if the plane loses cabin pressure and the gas masks drop, then you put your gas mask on first. Now the concept of that is so that I don't pass out, so that if I have a child or a person in my care and they can't get theirs on, I can help them because I've already helped myself. And that's the concept of self-care. If I take care of myself, as a codependent, I gave and gave and gave from my core till there was nothing left. Today, I take care of myself, and I can actually give from the overflow, and so that it doesn't deplete me as a person, it doesn't deplete me as a woman, and that when I set boundaries and I have enough respect to follow up on commitments. I would make a commitment to someone else, and I would, against all odds, would fulfill that. But I could make a commitment to myself, and I would not follow through. It's like having an appointment at the gym at 10 o'clock with a trainer, and I'm fixing to leave the house, and the phone rings, and this, person that I care about calls and needs something from me, and they need it right now. And it's like that as a codependent, that fear would set in, and I would think, oh my God, if I don't do this, they're not going to like me, they'll be mad at me. I just couldn't stand anybody being mad at me. And I would just throw that out the window and go help this other person. And today I know that if I set a boundary, I can set a boundary and say, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. I have an appointment in 20 minutes. When I'm finished with that, then, at 12:30, then I can help you. And, no is a whole sentence. What a concept. No is a whole sentence. I used to say no, and then I would go through the defense of why I couldn't, and explaining and all of this. I was so afraid somebody was going to get mad at me because I did not like conflict. It scared me. I showed up when I started this trip on recovery, and I had a couple of tools, and that was a pair of running shoes and a hammer. And if I couldn't run away from it, then I'd just beat the hell out of myself with the hammer. And today I've learned tools of boundaries. I've learned how to deal with conflict. I've learned how to respect myself. I know how to set goals and break them down into small achievements and gradually achieve those. I can make a mistake and go, oh well, I made a mistake. I don't have to be perfect. There's nothing perfect in this world. Nothing. I remember living in the Middle East, and we would go down, go rug shopping, and the shopkeepers would show us these hand-woven rugs made out of cashmere. They were absolutely beautiful. And he said there's a mistake in every single one. And it's done on purpose, because there is nothing perfect in this world but God. And that really stuck with me, that I don't have to be perfect. I'm a human being that has weaknesses, but also has strengths. And so I can focus on the strengths, and I can work on the weaknesses. But I have to sit and reflect. If you like what I share, please subscribe to my channel. I do counseling and life coaching to help with people overcome the effects of codependency in their life. I comment below. If you struggle with codependency and it's affecting your life, then seek help. A lot of people don't even realize what codependency looks like. I sure didn't. I just knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. I'm grateful for today that I got help. So the thing to do is to learn to be yourself and love yourself. And remember, to be you on purpose.